What we are solving here is we give you the ability to set up local accounts in various jurisdictions via our direct relationship with the central banks. You can collect real time, and what we would be doing for you, we would via our operating model, we will be enabling an overview of all of your accounts real time in all of these jurisdictions, and via our operating model, we would give you the ability to access those funds and move them real time. And this is not only on our platform, we would be able to pay them out so they would appear on your primary bank account in another region of the world here. So basically we are giving you local capabilities and we let you orchestrate them globally. We might seem like a new bank here, but we have been around for over a decade here. But compared to some of the more established global banks here, we're of course still quite young. We were born in the fintech era, so we are not seeing all the same challenges as some of our colleagues or competitors or peers in the market here, where they are highlighting that it's incredibly hard for them to adapt and keep up with the legislators' initiatives here, where we were basically born as a bank even before we got our banking license, but our technology has always been aimed in that direction, and we have always aimed to be cutting edge or having state-of-the-art APIs, technology to support the banking business. It's always been our ambition to be a global bank to support global businesses. So not only the business that was here yesterday and today, but also to support for tomorrow's needs about the world becoming a smaller place. We were born in the technical era here, so our systems have always been thought as global. They have always been thought as being a bank in order to serve the regulatory needs and the regulatory requirements by different regulators. But because we don't suffer from the legacy systems or technology that was conceived or built 50 years ago, we have an advantage and can move faster. We're not bound by the same thing, and we're born for the purpose of being a global player. And that's what gives us the advantage in this market, and that's why we can move, as we can see, a lot faster and enable and penetrate a new market and enable a new currency, not via a partner, but going as direct as possible, establishing a regulatory relationship with the local regulator and integrating directly into the local central bank and clearinghouse. And we have a proven track record. And as so many other things in life, the first time you do it, it's super hard, but if you repeatedly do it over and over again, well, it becomes simpler, and you figure out a way to basically put this on formula and orchestrate it in a way which both gives you the speed and scalability in order to maintain these accesses and licenses globally. And that's truly hard, because not only from a regulatory perspective, but also from a technical perspective, the burden in maintaining and tracking what the regulators and the local authorities, central banks want you to do in order to adhere with their payment infrastructure. The banks and our peers in the market that we're talking to are truly concerned that they are spending a lot of their capex or a lot of their budget just by keeping the lights on here. And I'm proud and also delighted that I can see that our teams, both from a tech and a business side here, we always feel we have an edge. We always feel like we can do this, and we're confident in that we can keep the lights on and we can maintain these accesses, and we can do it in multiple jurisdictions. Because even though it's a global business, even though it's very different currencies, it's different languages, it's different focus areas, it is sort of in line what is going on here, and we feel the more times we do it, the easier it gets, and the better of a platform or a stepping stone we have in actually plugging into a new area, a new currency, a new clearing without a super big burden for us. We do recognize that this is hard and this is complicated. We feel that that's our add-on, that we can help simplify all of these things from a regulation perspective, from a tech perspective, from a maintenance perspective, and make it simple. We have over 450 regulated entities globally that are using our infrastructure to either do local payments or global payments. It's depending on the nature of their business. We're lifting the burden for them to plug in and enable them to get accounts either via our accounts, IBANs, or they can come with their own national clearing codes, and we can enable them for clearing access with that. We're quite flexible in that setup. So all of these regulated entities also need to deal with their local regulators around how are they supporting their clients in the given jurisdiction. And we feel comfortable with our setup, both our modern API setup, uptime, security, user-friendliness, that we can support these businesses, and we're getting good feedback from local regulators on how we can enable and support within the framework and within the local regulatory framework, how we can support the clients that they have trusted and granted a license basically. And that's what we're doing, and multiple of these regulators have taken confidence in that we can support their clients, sort of saying the entities that they have issued a local license, they feel comfortable in that they can bank with us. So not only do we have over 450 clients with licenses granted, the local regulators in those jurisdictions feel comfortable in them banking with us. On top of that, we support our own local licenses, our own central bank capabilities and direct account relationships, as well as maintaining relationships with the local clearing houses that in the end enables us to do those local payments. Based on that, both our clients, whom are regulated, our own licenses, who we're regulated under, is the trust that you get by banking with us. That is the sort of seal or stamp of approval here. We are very proud of that because it's the most objective form of trust you can gain. That is by regulators putting their trust in us. That is by central banks opening their books and their systems for us here. So that's something we're truly proud of and cherish and do whatever we can to keep up and honor the trust that they've put in us.